Now, if we turn the page to page 92, they give us something that's just a teeny bit more complicated. The first example on page 92, they went through the same stuff we did in the last example, but they got 2.99 as one of their numbers. Scientific notation, significant digits, 2.99 is basically 3. Don't even worry about it, just round them up if they're really, really close. However, once in a while you're going to get one that's a little wonky, so we're going to look at this one. Now, the second example on page 92 gives us 81.2% carbon and 18.2% hydrogen. Those are awkward numbers, but that's what we got. Oh, sorry, 81.8%. There we go. So they're really, really close to 80 and 20, but you'll see how this really changes the formula. So we got to pay attention to the details here. Now, we do the same method. We know that carbon is 12 grams per mole. We're going to assume 100 grams. Oh, scratched it. Look at that. 1 gram per mole for hydrogen. So we're going to set it up the same way. Carbon, we got our 81.8 grams because 81.8% of 100 is just 81.8 grams. Multiply that, put the grams on the bottom, moles on the top. 1 mole is 12 grams. So when we divide 81.8 divided by 12, we get 6.82 moles. That's how many moles of carbon we have. When we do hydrogen, we've got 18.2 grams times, do the same thing, 1 mole gives me 1 gram of hydrogen. So I got 18.2 moles. Because the units cancel out, I'm left with moles. Now, here comes the tricky part. This is the smaller number. So I divide. I'm just going to get rid of these for a second so I can save my time. Divide by 6.82. I get 1 and 2.67. What? That doesn't go in properly. But because you guys are all math geniuses, you'll notice that 2.67 is actually 2 2/3. Now, they give you a handy little table on the next page to help you deal with this. You should be able to go, oh, it's 2 2/3. That means if I multiply it by the denominator, I'll get rid of the fraction. So I'm going to multiply these guys by 3, and I get 3, and 2 2/3 multiplied by 3 gives me 8. So that tells me that my formula, I got my C's and my H's, I got C3H8 here. That's quite a bit different than CH2 or CH3, right? So you have to be careful when you're looking at this little result here and make sure that you don't miss any of these important giveaway sort of decimals. Now here's the part where you're going to get a little bit of help from your textbook, because on page 93 they give you what 0.2 is 1/5, so you'd multiply that one by 5. See how that works? 0.25 is 1/4, so multiply by 4. And it goes on. So they give you this handy dandy little cheat sheet. No, I'm not going to give it to you for a test, but it's handy to have when you're first looking at it, because you guys should be able to recognize these fractions by now. Your book helps you out until you get used to it.